Here we go. I had a call. Somebody, I always get a call when I start a live. I always get a call when I start a live. I don't know what it is. People like to bug me. They know what I gotta do, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's get to it. Day 7 training camp. Again, today was kind of one of those training camps where it was like not much, not much hype. It wasn't crazy. It's 7th day. It's been a week. I feel like the players, they needed a little kind of a lower day. It was a ramp down day, so. You didn't see much from a lot of people today that you would normally expect. Again, Kittle was out, Nick Bosa was out. They were in street clothes, just warming up on the side. So it was a kind of a light practice. Again, it was a ramp down day. Yesterday's practice was insane. It was tough, but there's still a lot to talk about. It's still a training camp day. The biggest star of the show was Brandon Aiyuk. He's been this star for weeks, for the whole week. For the whole week of training camp, he's been the man. Everybody wants to talk about Brandon Aiyuk, and rightfully so. He is unbelievable, man. It's just crazy how much improvement he's made. This is his 3rd year. This is usually when these players break out. They start hitting their prime. He's getting exposure from every page. The NFL, they're posting on Bleacher Report. People are actually respecting Brandon Aiyuk, and this is good to see. And again, we've talked about this before with how over the last couple of days, Fred Warner talked about how he's pushing Brandon Aiyuk to his limit. He wants to make him be the best version of himself. It's friendly competition, right? It's iron sharpens iron. It's competition breeds success. And Fred Warner's pushing Aiyuk, making him a dog, and so is Jimmy Ward. He's pushing him. They're pushing his buttons. They're getting under his skin because they want him to be the man. They want him to be the best that they can be, that he can be, because they know if Brandon's out there and he's struggling and he's not fighting back in practice against his own teammates, when he goes out in the field on Sundays, people are going to have their way with him. And now he's coming focused. He wants to be a star. He wants to be a superstar. You could tell. It's just amazing to see Brandon Aiyuk's trajectory over the last couple of years. Because last year, all that pressure, everybody expected him to be a star, and he got hurt a little bit. And this year, they're pushing him. They know they got to push his buttons. And the coolest thing is, the players are telling us they are targeting him. Jimmy Ward today in his press conference basically said that we are targeting Brandon Aiyuk. We're pushing him on purpose to make him better. And they said he's responding well. Jimmy says he hasn't beaten Aiyuk in a single drill, in a single rep, and no in one-on-ones. And usually he got his, he had him last year, but Jimmy says, I haven't beat him on a one-on-one this year. Hopefully I get one on him. And he's right. Today in one-on-ones, Brandon Aiyuk cooked that boy like a steak dinner. Oh, my God, it was crazy. Brandon Aiyuk was cooking people left and right. And anybody that lines up against Aiyuk is getting cooked. Ambry Thomas getting burnt from Aiyuk. You put anybody on there. Charvarius Ward, he got cooked up. You had Jimmy Ward, he got cooked up. Everybody. There was one play, the play of the day, touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Charvarius Ward had such good coverage. And Brandon Aiyuk, I don't know how he makes the catch. Of course, it's Trey Lance, and they have great chemistry. But I don't even know how he did it. It was like, oh, how did he catch that, dude? But you got to love the respect that he's getting from his teammates. And the coolest thing that Jimmy Ward mentioned was he was a lot like Aiyuk when he was, younger. And the reporters noticed that. They said, you were a lot quieter when you were a younger player. And he goes, yeah, I see that in Aiyuk too. But I think in that sense, Jimmy sees that in Aiyuk. And Jimmy didn't talk a lot when he was younger. And I think he was trying to hone his craft and be that guy that he wanted to be and learn the game. But I think that didn't help him overall because he doesn't get a lot of recognition. Jimmy Ward doesn't get recognition, unfortunately. People they don't consider Jimmy Ward one of the best safeties. And I know he's got a lot of injuries history, but he's been underrated. He's been a good safety, but he didn't get that recognition because he didn't talk a lot. He didn't say a lot until now. And unfortunately, the way it is now is social media controls people's narratives. When people talk about him, when they get that exposure like we talked about, Brandon Aiyuk getting that exposure now on the NFL page, when people start putting that respect on a player's name, people start, talking about him, and then their name gets mentioned. PFF starts talking to them. They could get Pro Bowls because they're popular. It's a popularity contest, right? The Pro Bowl. So if PFF is posting, if ESPN, if SportsCenter, if Bleacher Report, all these big NFL is our guys or any player, they're going to get more money. They're going to get more accolades. It's just how it works. And I think Jimmy Ward notices that. He goes, I need to push Brandon Aiyuk, and Fred Warner. I need to push this guy because they want him to be great. He can be a superstar. He just has to unlock that potential, and they're pushing him. And it's so good to see. Brandon Aiyuk has been incredible. Like, just off the freaking chain, incredible. And then, you know, it's like Greg Papa says, Aiyuk, Aiyuk, Aiyuk is on fire. Let's get a chant going. Aiyuk, Aiyuk, Aiyuk is on fire. He really is on fire. Fuego. What's up, chat? How are we doing, faithful? I'm hyped on Brandon Aiyuk, and I hope everybody else is. Let's go. Let's get to the comments. What's up? I'll be going to Cap 810. I'll see you there. Sad Niner fan. Football is back tomorrow. CJ Beathard and was it Nick Mullins tomorrow? Hell yeah. I can't wait for that one. Rhea says, Pilo, fire. Bro, it was so cool. Pilo, look. Let me tell you about my story with Pilo, okay? I'm there. All of a sudden, you know, it's the end of practice, and everybody's doing their autographs. I don't mess with that sometimes. And I see Pilo way in the back, and I tell my boy, I'm like, is that Pilo? Let me go say what's up to Pilo. And I'm coming up there, and he got a video of me. And I go up there, and Pilo noticed, he recognized me. He was like, there he is. What's up, bro? What's up? We got a little handshake, and we was chopping it up. And he asked me, like, how's the team doing? I gotta know. Tell me the scoop. It was crazy, man, to be recognized by Pilo. Like, Pilo's a legend. Pilo's a legend, man, and he recognized me. So that was fucking coolest moment of training camp. That was surreal, man, and we chopped it up. Pilo's cool dude. Cool dude. So, Niner fan. I mean, I was kind of like starstruck, but he was like hyped to see me. We'll talk about that a little later. But let's get to training camp again. Brandon Aiyuk, the man of the hour, just killing people. I mean, corner end zone passes. He's making a sideline grabs. He's making unbelievable one-on-one reps. Brandon Aiyuk he's a legend, bro. He's a legend in training camp right now. I love it, man. I love Brandon Aiyuk. Everything I see from him has been amazing right now. I haven't seen anything bad at him. So, Michelle says you're a celebrity. I don't know, but it's pretty cool seeing so many people. I had so many people walking up to me. I'm so humbled by it. Like, everybody wanted to talk to me. I signed a guy's jacket today. It was cool, man. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. I just want you to know. Let's see. Jair says over 1K yards receiving, 15 touchdowns on the season. I mean, the way he's playing right now, I don't doubt it. This guy is definitely getting 1,000 yards a season. It's unbelievable how he's playing. But let's talk about everybody else, because we could sit here and talk about Brandon Aiyuk all single day. And we probably will a little bit more. Actually, before I transition, one thing, I'm going to go back to the Jimmy Ward press conference. He says that Trey to BA has been crazy. He said they have been just rock solid. That was a good interview. I love Jimmy Ward. I can listen to this man talk all day, every day. And then Aiyuk, his Instagram post, he said in his story, he goes, respect me, I'ma respect you. Brandon Aiyuk wants the respect. Like, he's not backing down from Warner, from Jimmy Ward. And I like it because these are captains. Fred Warner's a captain. Jimmy Ward's a captain. It's like the manager of your work, right? Your manager, your shift leader. If someone gets in your face and they tell you to do what they need to do, you're not going to back down, right? You're not going to back down to your manager. But guess what? Brandon Aiyuk stepping up to the master. He's stepping up to the manager, and he's making the most of it. Everything I've seen out of Brandon Aiyuk, man, has been incredible, and he's earning that respect from his teammates. So I loved it. Let's get to everything else that we should get to. So I know you guys want to talk about Trey Lance. A lot of people said he had a bad day. I will say it wasn't a great day. It was inconsistent. He just missed some passes. There was a few deep passes he missed on Aiyuk. Missed another one, Aiyuk. He had a pass to Debo. It was a drop. So that's the thing. Like, he had some incompletions, but some of them, he had two drops. There was two drops from the receiver. So I feel like the timing with Trey and Debo is still off. They're still working on that. Trey Lance's timing overall against, the coverage on the deep passes, it's great most of the time, but sometimes it's not always 100%, accurate. And I think that's just his growing pains. He's just going to have some good days, some bad days. And he's stacking those days, and he's getting better. But today was just one of those days where his timing was off. And that's what I got. That's the biggest takeaway today from Trey Lance is his timing was off. When he tucks in and his mobility, it was exciting. You can see though those concepts are there, and that ability to run was very good. But he did have some timing issues today, and he had a few highlight plays that were left on the table, and I'm just like, oh man, if he would have connected to that on those three passes, it would have been a whole different story. People would be sitting there going, "Oh my God, Trey Lance's camp. Oh my God, oh my God." Like I'm telling you, if Trey Lance would have had just 5 more like degrees on a few of those passes, they would have been money, and everybody would be shitting their pants today about how good Trey Lance was. But miss some, you lose some, you win some, you lose some. Again, just some timing issues. That's it. And the chemistry between him and Debo is still a developing issue. It's a work in progress. Debo and Trey Lance need to continue to build that chemistry, and I think that Aiyuk has great chemistry, right? Uh, Aiyuk has a really, really, really good chemistry with Trey Lance, as we know, because they've been practicing for the last 2 years together, and you can see that on the field. The amount of work they've put in together, it's like they have a sixth sense. It's a dynamic duo. I call them Batman and Robin right now. The way that they know where each other is going to be on that field at all times. And the more that Trey Lance works with Debo, the better that chemistry is going to get. So, Debtopia says, Trey is smart. He's learning a lot, and it's only training camp. 100%. It's only training camp. He's going to get better, and he's learning, and that's the key. The more reps he gets, the better. He's going to learn from it. He's going to watch the film, and he's young. He's 22 years old. So, it is what it is. I think Trey's going to have a great season. These are the first few days of training camp, and this is where you grow. So, that's my take on it. Let's get to some more questions. Michelle says, yes, your climb up and getting noticed. I appreciate you. It's been pretty crazy. SF Niner says, I heard he was money in the red zone. He was 2 for 2 with the touchdown. So for everybody says, and that's the thing, because I know a lot of people, he struggled when they read the notes, when they see the tweets, Trey's struggling there, Trey's struggling. It's all context. It's all relative how you look at it. Like in the red zone, he was so good, right? He led them to a really nice couple of touchdowns. And again, that Brandon Aiyuk touchdown was gas. So in the red zone, he was very efficient. It was just, again, when he wasn't in the red zone, there was a few drops and just a few missed time passes. But overall, I wouldn't say Trey was like garbage today. Just work on the timing. He's 22. He's going to be fine. So let's get to some more. Nia says, don't forget to like. Yes, don't forget to like. You come in, you hit that like button, and I'll love you even more. Justin says, subscribe this morning. Beast, I appreciate you. RT, what's good? How do you feel with... and then Jair says, how do you feel Trey's chemistry with Kittle? It's improving. Again, that's another thing that's kind of slowly developing. Him and Kittle are still working to get their timing. He's had a few big plays to him during training camp, and it's like, oh, man, a highlight play, but overall, he hasn't hit him a lot. Not enough. I don't think he's done enough with Kittle that I want more. I want more out of them. I want that chemistry to continue to grow. And again, it's still early. It's only been a week. I think it'll continue to grow, but it's growing. And Debo's chemistry with Lance, it's growing, but it's not where it needs to be 100%. The chemistry he has with Brandon Aiyuk, I mean, come on. That is gas. So, let's see. Rhea says, I can't wait for preseason, see the rooks battle for a spot. Yeah, the rookies are hardcore. Let's talk about some of the rookies. Sam Womack, he's been looking good. He's the first rookie out every single day. Respect on my man, Sam Womack. He beat Jennings on a one-on-one rep. This guy's working hard. He comes early. He stays late. Sam Womack is working his ass off. He's the future. He's the future at slot corner, I think. I like him. Spencer Burford. This guy got the first team reps again all day at right guard. This man is, he's still working. He's not 100% where he needs to be. He has some good plays. He has some bad plays. But I'll tell you what, man. Burford is a grinder. He's working so incredibly hard. And all the work he put in with Trent Williams this offseason is really paying off. Trent said that he really stood out to him this offseason. And, he recommended him to the coach. And it's just nice to see Spencer Burford stepping up and playing good. He signed my hat today. We met up. I said, what's good, my man? And I told him, just keep working hard. We love you. The faithful have nothing but respect for you. He was smiling when he saw me because, we had our podcast a couple weeks ago, which is going to be posted tomorrow. Promise you. But Spence, man, big Spence, I got nothing but respect for that guy. He's looking good. Danny Gray had a great day yesterday. I didn't see much of Danny Gray today. Again, it was a lighter practice, so you don't really see much. Again, Spencer Burford, first team reps. Drake Jackson, first team action. Today, Bosa was out, using street clothes. It was a light practice, no pads. Drake Jackson got some first team reps. Really love to see it. Let's see. Kevin Givens, oh, he's been having a really nice camp. He's been a standout. He beat Brendel for a would-be sack on one play. I think he's been a sleeper. I think he can really step in for the loss of Mo Hurst and DJ Jones. I'm telling you, man, I really like Kevin Givens. He's solid interior lineman. Keep an eye on this kid. He's solid. I see the comment that says Jordan Matthews crying emoji. It's tough. Jordan Matthews, if you guys didn't hear, he tore his ACL today. Unfortunately, reported first by Cam Inman. I can't believe it. This guy was having a really good camp. A really good camp. I thought he was going to make the team. That's tough, man. And tight end was a guy that is a spot that I really think we need another really solid tight end. And I think Jordan Matthews, who's really worked hard on transforming himself to be a great player, I felt bad for him because he's been working so hard, so incredibly hard. But shout out to Ross Dwelly today. Really stepped up. This was before the injury, obviously, but prayers up to Jordan Matthews, man. I hope he recovers well. ACL's tough. But Ross Dwelly, he beat Hofunga and Tarvarius Moore on his one-on-one reps with them. Dwelly looked really good, so that's a good sign. Croft, the tight end Croft, had a one-handed catch on Odom. It was a fucking nice highlight. It was beautiful. But shout out to Croft. He had a nice little play. Odom hasn't stood out to me much. Again, I think he's just going to be a really good special teamer. Safety-wise, coverage-wise, he's not the best. Trey Sermon, this is a note I highlighted. He looks sharp. Multiple good runs. Trey Sermon, stock going up. Put some respect on Trey Sermon. He looks really good. He looks really, really good. He looks impressive. I think he's going to be one of the big stories this year. I think if he can stay healthy, I think Trey Sermon's going to get a lot of work in that backfield. So good to hear. JR, what about Jordan Mason? Yeah, I've been telling you guys the last few days, Jordan Mason, he's sticking out. This guy has been very, very, very good in camp. He looks like a late round, like a undrafted gem. This guy might be the next unknown running back that Shanahan develops into something great. Keep an eye on Jordan Mason. I hope he shines in preseason. From what I've seen with him in training camp, it's been amazing. So good to see it. Let's see. Let's get to some more of my notes. Again, it was a day that no pads were on, so it wasn't just. It was kind of a ramp down practice, like I mentioned earlier. So even Greenlaw was in street clothes today. Kinlaw, he's been slowly eased in. It's kind of like on a maintenance kind of schedule. He looked good on the individual drills. He looks fast. Kinlaw looks very explosive this year. I really like, again, I've said this before, he looks a lot more slim and trim, and he looks just really fast out there. So I like what I see out of Kinlaw. Before practice, let's get to some notes before practice. Jason Verrett continues to come out and look really healthy. I love to see him getting healthy, man. Jason Verrett has been the guy that, I followed through his career, and I've always wanted him on the Niners. He came here, he got hurt again, and then he got healthy, and then he stepped up, and then last year, the torn ACL. I just hate to see it because he has so much talent, so much potential, and so is injured, and it sucks. But he looks so good. That knee looks like it's getting healthier. I messaged him after, I posted the video of him, coming back, and I tagged him in it, and then, he's like, and then I think, hell of a comeback, Jay. I tagged him, and then we were messaging after practice. He goes, in due time, my guy. And I say, yo, man, stay blessed. You know how much this fan base respects you. He goes, yeah. He goes, I respect the fan base, and I'm really working hard towards coming back. So, man, he's a good dude. I'm just really hoping that Jason Verrett stays healthy this year because he's so good, man, and he wants it so bad. Like, every year he grinds back. He doesn't have to. He could have quit, but he has the desire. He's hungry. I'm really praying for Jason Verrett, man. So good to see him out there. Another guy that's out there that's rehabbing is Jimmy Garoppolo. He's throwing, he's running, he's vibing. He looks good, man. Jimmy Garoppolo's throwing for his life out there, and I think he's trying to show teams, yo, I'm ready. My arm is good. I got no arm fatigue. Unlike what Raj said the other day, let's get it. I'm out there, and he is swinging for the fences. He's throwing full go. John Lynch yesterday when he talked to the media, he just said he's no restrictions and he's throwing it. He's slinging it. Jimmy's slinging it. Jimmy's slinging it out there. Jimmy's slinging it, and I think he's really trying to audition for a team. People keep asking me, where do you think Jimmy Garoppolo's going to go? I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to go to the Giants. I think he's going to the Giants. They're not sold on Danny Dimes. The Giants kind of have. I don't think they're going to want Danny as their franchise quarterback. And not only that, they got a new head coach. He has no ties to anybody on that team. He can just scrap him, take Jimmy, let him be a veteran bridge for 2 years until they figure out who's going to be the quarterback. Jimmy makes sense to me in New York. He looked good today. I'll give Jimmy his credit. Let's get to a couple last notes that I have. Jake Brendel was the first team center today. They are playing musical chairs at center. I cannot tell you who's going to be the starting center. One day it's Brendel. One day it's Brunskill. Brunskill, the Killer Bees. I don't know who's going to be center. You tell me, and you're probably going to be right, because I couldn't tell you. They're both playing center. It's kind of confusing, and I hate it. I hope that one of them becomes great at playing center, because I'm a little worried. It's been a week, and they still are playing musical chairs at center. That's all I'm going to say about that. Elijah Mitchell, he looks smooth. Running back 1, he looks great. We talked about the play of the day. Lance to Aiyuk in the back of the end zone. Charvarius Ward in coverage. He got a little toe drag swag, too. Oh, my God. Lance and Aiyuk, incredible. We talked about Drake Jackson. He got some first-team reps. Big Spence, he got the first-team reps. Talked to him. Oh, Diamador Lenore, great day today. I really like what I've seen out of Diamador Lenore in camp these last couple days. This guy's stock is rising. He had a hell of a camp last year as a rookie, and this year's even better. I really think he focused and he put his heart into training camp this offseason and preparation for it. So he's looking good. And, I think he's a really just very focused individual because he doesn't mess around out there. Diamador Lenore has had some very solid training camp days. So that's pretty much it today. That, again, it was kind of a shortened practice. There wasn't much. Those were the big highlights of today's notes. Again, it was a shortened practice, a ramp down, no pads, no Bosa, no Kittle, no Greenlaw. It was trying to ease certain players back in. McGlinchey trying to get eased in. Kinlaw getting eased in. Debo getting eased in. Brandon Aiyuk was the star. That's pretty much it. No practice tomorrow. We'll be back Friday. I'm expecting to ramp up again this weekend. Dwight Clark Day. They want to put a good show on. But today they took it easy, So, unfortunate news. Jordan Matthews tears the ACL. We talked about that. That's about it. That's a wrap. I'm going to take a little break, get some food, and then we'll be live on Instagram a little later. Again, shorter live today, a little shorter training camp practice. So I'm going to do a shorter live today. I appreciate you guys for the support. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be live on Instagram in a little bit, and we'll talk some more with Smitty. And I also have some merch and stuff to show you guys. I got some Trey area stickers, so I'll show you where to get all those and stuff later. So, good day. Thanks for the support. I love you. We'll be back very shortly. Take care.